Picture this. You're out with friends. Someone brings a green bottle to the table, and suddenly everyone's clinking tiny shot glasses shouting, "Gonbei!" Or maybe you're at a Japanese restaurant, and a steaming carafe of sake shows up with little ceramic cups that feel like they belong in a tea ceremony. Both soju and sake are loved around the world, and both are deeply tied to tradition. However, both can leave you questioning your life choices the next morning. But here's the thing. What really makes soju and sake different? Is it just the countries they come from, or is there more behind these iconic drinks? Let's dive into the fascinating and occasionally fuzzy world of soju and sake right here on History of Food. Let's start with soju. If you've ever set foot in Korea, you know it's everywhere. Bars, restaurants, and convenience stores. It's practically a national treasure. Soju traditionally comes in small green bottles with a twist-off cap, usually shared among friends in shot-sized glasses. Historically, soju dates back to the 13th century, influenced by distilling techniques introduced from the Middle East via Mongolia. Originally, it was made from grains like rice, barley, or wheat. Today, though, most commercial soju is made from starches like sweet potatoes, tapioca, or barley. Basically, whatever's cheapest and most efficient. Taste-wise, soju is pretty neutral. It's not supposed to smack you in the face with flavor. Instead, it's clean, light, and versatile. Easy to sip straight, mix into cocktails, or pair with everything from Korean BBQ to fried chicken. Now let's turn to sake. Unlike soju, sake isn't distilled, it's brewed. And no, it's not exactly rice wine, even though that's what people often call it. Technically, it's closer to beer, since it's made by fermenting rice starch into sugar and then into alcohol. But don't expect it to taste like beer. Sake production dates back over 1,000 years in Japan, where it has been an integral part of rituals, festivals, and daily life. It ranges in style from dry and crisp to sweet and fruity, with alcohol content hovering around 12% to 16%. And the serving style, that's half the fun. Sake can be served chilled, at room temperature, or gently warmed, each method changing the way it tastes. Instead of the party-friendly green bottle, sake often comes in tall glass bottles or special wooden boxes, and it's served in elegant cups that make you feel like you should bow before every sip. Here's a big difference: alcohol strength. Soju usually ranges from 12% to 25% alcohol by volume, depending on the brand and type. That puts it on the lighter side compared to vodka or whiskey, but strong enough to keep the conversation lively. Sake, meanwhile, is usually around 12% to 16%, closer to wine. So while sake may taste a little more complex, soju often sneaks up on you, especially because it's typically consumed in round after round of shots. It's not called Korea's favorite social lubricant for nothing. Let's talk flavor. Soju is like the introvert of spirits. It's subtle, neutral, and doesn't demand too much attention. That's what makes it great for food pairings. You can sip it with spicy kimchi, fatty pork belly, or fried chicken, and it won't clash. Sake, on the other hand, brings more personality to the table. Depending on the brewing process and the type of rice used, it can taste fruity, floral, nutty, or even earthy. Sake can be dry and sharp or smooth and sweet, making it a more tasting experience kind of drink. In short, soju is your dependable friend who keeps the party going. Sake is the sophisticated guest who starts talking about poetry halfway through dinner. Here's the technical side. Soju is distilled like whiskey or vodka. That means the starch is fermented and then boiled so the alcohol can be collected. This is why soju usually has a higher alcohol concentration and a lighter, cleaner taste. Sake is brewed, more like beer. Rice is polished to remove its outer layers, steamed, and then combined with a special mold called koji that breaks down the starch into sugar. Yeast then converts the sugar into alcohol. The result? A rich, layered drink with a depth that reflects centuries of craftsmanship. The way these drinks are consumed also says a lot about their cultures. In Korea, soju drinking is social and often comes with rules of etiquette. For example, you pour drinks for others, never for yourself, and you turn your head away when drinking in front of elders. It's lively, fast-paced, and usually involves plenty of food. In Japan, sake drinking can be ceremonial or casual, but it leans toward the deliberate and respectful. Pouring sake for someone else is a sign of hospitality, and the choice between hot or cold sake can reflect the occasion, the season, or even the mood. Soju is about bonding and breaking barriers. Sake is about appreciation and mindfulness. On the world stage, both drinks have their fans. Soju has exploded internationally in recent years, partly thanks to the global rise of K-pop, K-dramas, and Korean cuisine. It's even beaten whiskey and vodka to become the best-selling spirit brand in the world by volume, thanks to Korea's Jinro Soju. Sake has long been Japan's ambassador's drink. It's served in fine dining restaurants, at cultural festivals, and in pairings with sushi worldwide. It has a reputation for elegance and tradition, which makes it more of a special occasion beverage outside of Japan. So, which is better? The million-dollar question. The truth is, neither is better. They're just different. If you want something light, affordable, and easy to share with friends while grilling pork belly at 2 a.m., soju is your best friend. If you're at a quiet dinner, savoring delicate bites of sushi and wanting to impress your date with your knowledge of rice polishing ratios, sake is the way to go. At the end of the day, both drinks shine in their own contexts. Soju thrives in the chaos of social gatherings. Sake thrives in moments of reflection and celebration. And honestly, there's no reason you can't enjoy both. So what's the real difference between soju and sake? It boils down to this. Soju is distilled, neutral, and designed for sharing. Sake is brewed, flavorful, and designed for savoring. Both carry centuries of culture, tradition, and identity in every sip. Whether you're clinking shot glasses in a crowded Korean barbecue joint or carefully sipping from a warm sake cup in a quiet izakaya, you're not just drinking, you're experiencing history in liquid form. So the next time someone asks you about soju versus sake, you'll know. It's not about which one is better, but about how each one tells a story of its people, its traditions, and its flavors. If you enjoyed this video, please check out our other bingeable channels. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution.